DOS Bros here, bringing you another video. Today is a bit different. It's not a trading video, it's not trading for fans. Today is my prediction on the BPL team of the season. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in all these slots in front of you and the sub bench of the players I think deserve a spot in team of the season. First player I think deserves a spot in team of the season, it's the goalkeeper spot. It is Jack Butland. He has had a great season for Stoke and he is injured now, which is a downfall, which means he might get taken out of team of the season, but I think he deserves a spot in this team of the season, so we're going to stick him in right now. The second player I think will be in team of the season is Hector Bellerin from Arsenal. He has also had a great season in attack, defence. He's been one of Arsenal's better players this year, and that's why he is also going to get a spot in there. The third player, starting at the centre-backs now, is going to be Robert Hoof. For Leicester, you could put all the Leicester players in, but Robert Hoof has been one of the best. So let's go to Leicester and put him in there. Where I don't even have a clue where Leicester are. There they are. Right, here we go. Robert Hoof, get him in there. He deserves a card. If he doesn't get a card, I will be shocked. He's definitely one of the certain ones to get a card. The next one is the next centre-back, Chris Smalling. For me, I think he's been Man United's best defender by miles. Other than Luke Shaw before he got injured. Luke Shaw was great as well, but he's been injured too long to get in on team this season. But Chris Smalling has really stepped up this year. He's looking like a leading player as well, so he deserves a spot in there as well. So there we go. There's Chris Smalling. The left back. The left back was hard to think of. I don't personally think there will be a left back put in here. It depends what formation to play, but I can't see a left back. But the left back I did choose was Danny Rose. He's had an okay season, but personally I've only gone on the formation I'm using. I'm just sure 4-4-2, but I doubt he will be in. But what do you guys think? Do you think he'll be in? I'm not too sure yet, but he can get stuck in there because I think he's been the best left back this year. But now let's move on. The right mid, there's been a few to choose from, but the standout one for me has to be Wyman Championship. It has to be another Leicester player, and it is Mahrez. He has been probably the best right mid, other than another person I'm going to name on the left side. He has been the best winger in the Prem, so he definitely deserves a spot. Surely everyone agrees with that, with Mahrez being stuck in there. But let's move on to the centre mid. It's so hard to do this because so many Leicester players can get put in here. The two centre mids are Leicester players. It is Kante. He has to go in first. He has had a great season as well. He's been solid. Nothing's gone past him really. And same with Danny Drinkwater. Both of these have been working so hard up and down the pitch. I couldn't really see any other centre mids taking their spot. Like I said, I could name the whole Leicester team in here with the season they've had. But them two in midfield, they really stood out. So that's why they've been put in there. The left mid, it is not a left mid, it is actually a right mid. And it is William from Chelsea. Well, I've still got Leicester in. It is William from Chelsea. He has been the one standout player Chelsea have had all season. When Mourinho were in charge, he was still performing his best. I don't know if the players were actually going against Mourinho, but this lad definitely wasn't. William was their star performer and probably worthy of a team at season, although how bad they're doing. They have picked it up slightly now. Mourinho's gone, so maybe there was a bit of I'm not going to play for Mourinho. But William didn't say that. William was definitely playing 100% all season, and that's why he deserves to be in this team of the season. Now let's move on to the front two. We've not really had many great strikers this year, I would say. There's been injuries with strikers quite often this year. But the two for me, which I don't think have been injured. First one is Lukaku. He has scored, I think, his second or first top goal scorer. I think he's top goal scorer, to be fair. He has had a phenomenal season. Chelsea should have probably kept hold of him, but Costa is picking it up. But Lukaku has had a great season, so that's why he's in there. And there is another Leicester player. I'm pretty sure you all knew it was coming. It is Jamie Vardy. How could you make a team of the season without putting Jamie Vardy in? He has been the best striker for, I think, any team this year other than Lukaku. He has been on top form. He's slightly losing it a bit, I think. He's not scoring as much now. But to break that record of 11 goals is something special, and he's definitely going to get a team of the season. So that's why I've put him in here. He definitely deserves one, so you're going in. Right, we're going to start the bench right now, so let's just go straight down there. On the bench, I was a bit confused who to put. I knew I did miss some players out of midfield. You guys will have noticed that. They will probably be on the bench if you were missing them out. But let's start off with the first one. The first one is Mesut Ozil. Concept stone, yeah. Ozil has been Arsenal's probably best midfielder this season. He's even outshone Sanchez this season, I would say. It has taken him a few years to get used to the spot, but he's now playing great there, and his assisting at the beginning of the season was amazing. They're still playing well, but Ozil is slightly dripping down a bit. But maybe it'll come back towards the end of the season. The season's not over, but that's why Ozil is in here. He's had a great season for Arsenal, and probably his best at Arsenal yet. But let's move on to the second player. So the second player is, you're probably thinking, where was he anyway? Why wasn't he in that lineup? And because at Leicester plays, that's why he wasn't. The next player is Dele Alli. Just got a team at season out now. He's all just got, not a team at season, just got a team of the week player out now. There he is. Dele Alli has to be in here. He's been phenomenal this season for Tottenham. He's really stepped it up in midfield. I'd say he's playing better than Eriksen at this moment in time. You might think I'm being stupid, but I think he is going to be one of the best midfielders in the Prem in the next few years. So that's why he's going in there. He should definitely get a team of the season. Let's move on to another midfield player. We have had a lot of good midfield players this year what have come in and really shown themselves that they are great players. This one, no different. It is from West Ham, and it is Dimitri Payet. He has to get in here, Dimitri. He's been great. He's shown himself not just in little games, but in big games. He played well against Man City. He's played well in pretty much every single game he's played. He's going to be, once again, he's going to be one of the best midfielders in the Prem if he keeps going how he is. West Ham were lucky to get hold of him as well. But if they can keep him, we'll see about that. But let's move on to the one after. It is another striker, which people are probably thinking where he was again. And it is Harry Kane. I didn't miss him out. He was on the bench. Just Lukaku and Vardy, they're definitely going to be in there. Whereas Harry Kane, I don't think he's performed as well as them two, but he has still had a great season from last year as well. He didn't just flop after 1 year of greatness. He's carried on. I don't think he can keep on doing so. And maybe England might win something one day with team we're forming at the minute. Don't know. Unlikely, but you never know. But Harry Kane does definitely have to be in there. He's going to be a great striker. He already is a great striker. But let's move on. The next one, we had to choose a second goalkeeper. We were tied between De Gea and Lloris, and we went with Lloris. Just on purely because De Gea hadn't really been mentioned as much this year. So Lloris probably does have to get in there, and this has just messed up. Right, so let's go put Lloris in here. Got Spurs. Put goalkeeper be a bit faster. And I put chemistry style in. Right, so let's go put him in. Lloris is in there. The next one, we were thinking of another centre-back because we didn't have an extra centre-back on the bench. So what we did come up with was probably a surprising one to you lot. And it is Scott Dan. Let's go put... I'm making this well slow now. It is Scott Dan. When I finally get to him. Should put his team in. There he is, Scott Dan. He's the next one in there. Now I've taken Lloris out. This has just totally failed. Lloris was there. Just pretend he's there. Right, we'll move on to the last one, which is another centre-back, which is Winston Reid. He's had a few informs this year. He has been playing okay for West Ham. And he's looking really strong at the back. Maybe he won't, maybe he will. But these two was the ones we weren't right sure about if they would get in team of the season. What do you lot think? We're going to end the video there after I've just failed everything up. So, tell me if you think I'm wrong or right. Tell me who your 11 starting 11 would be and your bench would be if you were to pick the team of the season. But that's going to be it for this video. If you have enjoyed and you are new around here, hit that subscribe button, guys. Also hit that like button, it does mean a lot. Do not forget to comment who you think should be in there, if I've missed any players out or anything. But that's it for this episode. I'll see you all on my next video.
I feel paralyzed.